Now this wing, we are going to attach it using rubber band, and the rubber band will bite over here and then try to cut the foam. So to safeguard the wing, what you can do is take the sellotape, just fix it over like this, half at the top, you can see this, and bend it to the inside, and do it at the back also like that, like this, half over here, and then bend it back side. So if you're a beginner, these parts, these edges is what will get damaged in this model, this particular edge and this side edge. Apply sellotape over here also, so that will protect those edges, and apply like this. Yeah, and use your own method of applying sellotape. Whatever you think is good for you, just go with that. There is no one correct way or the only correct way to apply this. Yeah, so like this, and take some more. Yes, just to protect the corners. Now you can attach it to the fuselage using rubber band. Simple normal rubber bands, no special types, no specialty rubber bands, small rubber bands, in fact the smallest ones. One is enough for this model, don't need to use too much of rubber bands, but this is a very small lightweight model. You don't need to use too much of rubber band, and just have to attach the electronics, the motor, the battery, ESC and the servos, and it will be ready to fly. To maintain the motor mount angle, you have to attach it over here. This is one point of fixing. This skewer fixes the lengthwise, and to prevent it from shaking up and down, just there are these two holes in the motor mount. Use that hole to put a little bit of hole over this plate. Yeah, and remove the motor mount. Yes, these two holes are there, reference holes. What you do is to strengthen that part, strengthen that side also by taking some tape, because those are all the places where we have seen when the plane crashes, the stress is a lot more. So apply some tape here like this first. And now you have those reference holes, just put that holes in the sellotape. Yeah, and attach barbecue skewers there. One trick is we have to attach two skewers, one in each hole, to keep the skewers uneven size. I'll show you what I mean by that. So this much you take for one skewer. Break it. This will be for this hole. And for the other hole, what you do is, don't try to cut it at the exact size as this skewer. Maybe make it a little bit bigger, something like this, uneven size compared to this. I'll tell you why we are doing like that. Now to fix it, what you do is take the glue gun, apply some glue inside that hole, and then fix the skewer. And this also, apply some glue, fix the skewer. Okay, now if you see, it's of uneven size. That helps us, why we have done it in uneven sizes. That's what will help us to fix this into these holes easily. If it is of the same size, many times we have seen that it hits the holes. We are not able to easily negotiate and then put those skewers into these two holes in the motor mount. Now if it is of uneven size, first this hole you can just insert like this. That hole is taken care. You can insert in this other hole. First time it will be hard, after that it will be easier. Yeah. So now the motor mount is fixed. Take this motor mount fixing skewer and fix it. And the plane is all done. Now that we completed building this Cessna, we will see how to attach the electronics to this. We have this we have tested this set of electronics here. We will let you know what all the components we used, which are providing very successful flights for this small Cessna model. To start with the motor, this is a Hobby King AXN motor. It's called a 2306 motor. We have attached it with a 7x5. This is a 7x5 propeller, and we have a 12 amp ESC. This is a 12 amp ESC speed controller, and we have two 9 gram servos. You can use 5 gram servos, but we did not have a 5 gram servos available, so we are using two 9 gram servos. And for the battery, we are using Hobby King again, a Rhino 610 milliamp battery, 16 mAh. Both 2 cell as well as 3 cell works fine. So with the 3 cell, the performance, as you can imagine, is slightly more powerful than a 2 cell battery. So let us see how to fit these electronics into this model. First we will fix the motor. We have already built this motor part. We will take this motor to attach first we will remove this motor mount. This is a Allen key, small Allen key of the size of this grub screw. Just remove it, remove the motor mount, because with the motor on it will not be possible to attach this motor mount. Loosen this grub screw, don't take it fully. I have not removed the grub screw fully. Now just pull the motor away. Yes, so keep the motor aside. Now you have the motor mount. Take this here. Now there are these holes which are connected with lines. Check those set of holes which are of the same motor mount size are connected with lines. So for this we have to use the second innermost. Now this one. So just the holes you just correspond accordingly. And before that, what you do is just make a small hole on the cello tape that you have made, so that it will go easily. Yeah. Take this, keep this. These 2 mm screws will be tight. Just keep it there, and then take a flathead screwdriver and attach it. Yeah. Likewise, attach the remaining 4 screws. So the 4 screws have been attached. Now take the motor. And what you do is the wire hole is on the top. So insert the wires one by one through the wire hole. And now attach the motor to the motor mount base plate and tighten it with the grub screw. Tighten those grub screws. Yes, tighten both the screws. Now the motor is attached to the motor mount. Now you see the usefulness of this foam. These 4 screws, if you see here, it is coming out, and this is where we need to keep the battery. And when it is crashing or suddenly it comes down, or this there is a chance that these screws, sharp screws, may puncture the battery, and then the battery will get damaged. That's where what you need to do is keep this here at the base and then press it like this. So now there is a cushion safeguard for the battery. The battery will not get damaged. This is very important, otherwise you will be getting your battery damaged every time you crash. We have lost a lot of batteries by that way. So now this has been done. Let us attach the servos. The servo arm I am not attaching now. Okay, take this. This is the servo hole. Insert the wire through this servo hole. And just gently press it inside this servo slot. Okay, now once it is tightly fitting, lift it a little, take the glue gun, apply some glue under here and here, and press it again and remove the excess. Repeat it on the other side. The servo hole will be a little tight fit, so that purposefully it has been made like that, so that the servo will not move. And apply glue here. After applying glue here, it will not be very rock solid. Servo will not have any unwanted movements. Okay, now the servo has been connected. Now let's see how to connect the push rods. I prefer making it with a V-bend or a Z-bend, what you call. Just measure the length from here, leave about 5 centimeters extra, make a Z-bend at the end, hold it at the point where you want to bend, and with the thumb just press it. Now you have a Z-bend. Okay, so insert it here. Insert it on the outer hole. There are 2 holes in the control horn. Okay. Now I do not have a adjusting nut for the control horn. So what I prefer is to make a Z-bend or a V-bend, I call it. Okay. And before making that, take one earbud and slide it inside. Remove the cotton from the earbud from both the ends and slide this in like this. That will come in handy to stick it here, like it will be a guide. Yeah. Now I'll make we need up till here, so I'm just giving some extra here. I'm making a V-bend here. I'll make a V-bend over here just to adjust the control of the push rod. I made a bend here, and again I'll make a bend backwards. You can do it, and then after that attach this. I'm just doing it so that it is easy for you to understand. Yeah. Okay, now that bend is achieved, just see, and this servo is already centered, so it's not a problem. So now again here make a Z-bend over here approximately. If it is more or less, then what you can do is you can attach the throw by crimping it or expanding this V. Okay, so with this and the outermost hole. Okay, so and now you attach this servo nut. Without that the servo arm might come loose, so ensure that you attach it. Okay, and now this earbud, what you do is take the tape and stick this earbud to the fuselage like this. Ensure the tape is not stuck to the push rod. Now what happens is there will be no slack in the push rod because of this earbud. Now this excess what is there, you can just cut it off using nose plier. Okay, now the same thing repeat it here. Just like as we did the elevator, just make them bend and attach the control on servo arm. Yes. Now just take some tape and tape this earbud to the fuselage. Yeah, and this excess just cut that off. And attach the servo arm screw. Yes, your servos are attached, and attach the ESC to the motor. Now before you attach the motor part into the model, what you do is take your radio receiver and then connect the power, and then do a check on the throws and also the motor spin direction, and then attach it finally. Now all the electronics are attached. Let's power it up and see. First we will check whether this the motor is spinning in the correct direction. So what you do is, this is a Hobby King 6-channel transmitter with servo reversals also. Now the ESC, what you do is attach it to the channel 3, and your rudder attach it to the channel 1 as a aileron, and the elevator in channel 2. Okay. So for this transmitter, the signal cable, that is the orange color cable, or the white color cable, that is the signal cable, has to face inwards. Now let's just power it on and see the throws and the motor direction. Okay, the motor is spinning in the reverse direction. To change it, what you do is take any two of the wires coming from the motor to the ESC, any two, and interchange them. Let us see. Okay, now it is spinning in the correct direction. Let's check the servo throws. Okay, the elevator is okay. The centering is not properly there, so what we do is, that's where this V comes in handy. Just adjusting the angle of this, you can adjust easily. Okay, and the rudder also is not centered properly, so here you adjust the push rod. Using this, just squeezing this V a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Now the setup is correct. Let's just disconnect the connections. Now keep the battery here, and don't forget to keep that foam pad there, otherwise in the event of a crash the battery will be damaged by this mounting screws. Just insert all the wires through the front and push it through the front barbecue skewer. Now to insert this stick to make the motor mount totally secure. Okay. Now don't leave this receiver freely hanging. What you do is you can use two-side tape and then stick it somewhere at the back so that it's not loosely hanging around, and then just attach the wing. With that, you're ready to go and fly. Thank you.